Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us on your Friday. I'm Sophie Erber. A Homer family is without a home and its pets tonight after a fire broke out at their house there this morning. KCAU 9 News reporter Lydia Vasquez spoke with the family in our top story now at 5.
Investigators say the fire started in the roof of this house around the 100 block of 1st Street in Homer. There were no people in the house at the time, but the family pets were inside. 3 cats and a snake perished in the fire.
You know, it's tough losing animals because they become family too, but ultimately if you still have your family, that's all that matters.
David Bates and his family lived in the home. He says Friday's fire comes just days before his son's 5th birthday.
We try and plan the best birthday you can, and well, this makes it a little harder to do. If anyone could bring us some clothes or any food would help. My son, he wears, you know, he's 4, so any clothes his size would be great.
Homer Fire Chief Jim Swanson says between the flames, smoke, and water, the home was badly damaged.
I don't know if the home will be. It'll take some extensive work due to the water damage, so it'll be a while before they can live there. They're without a home now.
A total of 5 adults and 1 child lived in the home. A 5th house pet, a 7-foot snake, was saved. Reporting in Homer, Lydia Vasquez, KCAU 9 News.
Now, investigators still don't know exactly how this fire started. The Red Cross has been notified and is currently working with the family. If you would like to help them, you can contact your local Red Cross. Well, after opening the football season without fans in Jack Trice Stadium, Iowa State University now facing a growing budget deficit. The university's athletics department is in the red $17 million. And ISU's director of athletics, Jamie Pollard, says playing an entire football season without fans would grow that deficit to about $30 million. Pollard is recommending the following cost-saving measures tonight: more layoffs and payroll deductions, eliminating sports according to current Title IX laws, and closing the C.Y. Stevens Auditorium. You can find out more details on how ISU is trying to address their budget shortfall on our website right now, SiouxlandProud.com. The Sioux City Community School District releasing its weekly report today of COVID-19 cases. This week, the district says 5 students are reported to have tested positive for COVID-19. That's along with 7 staff members. School officials are saying contact tracing in each case is done in conjunction with the Siouxland District Health Department. Now for a quick check on local Siouxland COVID-19 numbers. Woodbury County health officials tonight reporting 46 new cases today, along with 11 new recoveries from the virus. Across the river, Dakota County officials report 6 new positive COVID-19 tests over the last 24 hours. Overall, there have been more than 2,000 cases countywide. And in South Dakota, Clay County reports 199 active cases today, while Yankton County reports 72 active cases. And it's time tonight for our first check on the weather. Meteorologist Marcus Beasley standing by. Marcus, we warmed up today for sure across Siouxland. Really pleasant to be outside.
That's right, Sophie. Temperatures today a bit warmer compared to yesterday. We are seeing them in the mid-80s right now outside, and that's about what our high temperatures have been today, getting up to a high of 86 in Sioux City today, 87 in Wayne and Norfolk for your high temperatures, 84 in Orange City, so a little cooler there, as well as Storm Lake, Carroll, and Denison all at 84 today, and reaching up to a high of 85 in Cherokee. Overnight tonight, our temperatures, they'll drop down into the lower 50s throughout much of Siouxland, so it is going to be another cool night throughout the region. And once again, the quiet pattern continues tonight as well. It looks like a clear and quiet night throughout Siouxland. Tomorrow and into Sunday, the heat continues, but next week, we're going to see some much colder air, as well as a chance of some rain. Details on that in the 9 on 9. Sophie?
Thanks, Marcus. And a 90-year-old building in downtown Sioux City sat empty for decades, but tonight it's getting a new lease on life. KCAU 9's Hannah Adamson is joining us now from the Warrior Hotel. Hannah?
Well, Sophie, after more than 40 years of sitting vacant, the Warrior Hotel is finally coming back to life. I'm here now with both of the owners of the new and improved Warrior Hotel. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Now, you've been redeveloping properties for a very long time now. Why specifically the Warrior Hotel?
Because it's beautiful. And it's such an important part of this community.
Yeah, the Warrior really means so much to Sioux City. And, you know, when we were invited to come here and look at it, you know, we came and looked at it and we just said it's so amazing. It's such an amazing project. And the city was so kind. And so we decided to come and do this project. And now here we are. You know, we're starting to reopen the Warrior. So it's really awesome.
Now, what are some of the challenges that you faced while bringing this wonderful hotel back to life?
Oh, lots and lots of construction challenges, of course, but then COVID happened.
Yeah. So that hasn't been fun in the hospitality industry, but, you know, but it also brings your team closer together. So I think that's something that's really cool. And also, I think the community is really ready to support the hotel and to be a part of this. And it's such an interesting place now. We added a bowling alley and a spa and a pool and a hot tub. And, you know, there's a sauna.
We'll be adding a rooftop as well in the spring.
Yeah, and we have 2 weddings this weekend. So that's a great start to, it's an auspicious beginning.
Looking forward to it. Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Well, be sure to stick around because coming up tonight at 6, we'll have a further sneak peek into the new and improved Warrior Hotel. Reporting live in downtown Sioux City, Hannah Adamson, KCAU 9 News.
All right, thanks so much, Hannah. We'll see you then. And as the fall season is quickly approaching, pumpkin patches are in the early stages of preparation. KCAU spoke with Harvest Moon in Oakland, Nebraska to learn some of their new guidelines that will be in place. All staff members will be wearing masks, and they are highly encouraging the public to follow suit, but it is not a requirement at this time. A lot of their usual activities will still be in full swing: the zip line, corn maze, and outdoor games.
The jumping pillows will still be here, and the go-karts will just sanitize periodically. But we do encourage people, bring your own wet wipes if that's a worry for you, and, you know, just wipe it down yourself right before you use it.
Harvest Moon Pumpkin Patch will be open to the public starting September 19th. The South Dakota legislature is asking the public to weigh in tonight on how exactly the federal coronavirus relief funds should be spent. The state has received $1.25 billion in coronavirus relief funding from Congress and has yet to spend most of it. 5 committees of lawmakers will meet throughout the month of September now to hear from people, businesses, and organizations on how this money should be allocated. In Nebraska, officials are expected to apply for federal assistance to help workers who were laid off because of the pandemic. Nebraska is the last state in the country to confirm that it will in fact seek that extra federal aid. Every other state has said it will apply, except for South Dakota, which refused the money. The payments are, of course, part of the Federal Emergency Management Agency's Lost Wages Supplemental Payment Program. People who do qualify will receive $300 per week, along with their unemployment benefit for a limited number of weeks. Once the federal grant funding is exhausted, this program will end. Flu season is almost here, and health experts tonight are urging the public to get a flu shot. KCAU 9's Washington correspondent Trevor Shirley reports that while there's an enormous supply of flu vaccine available, the challenge now convincing people to actually take it.
The CDC says the U.S. will have around 200 million doses of flu vaccine available this year. Now health officials have to convince as many people as possible to get a flu shot.
It's certainly safe and it's pretty effective.
Dr. Georges Benjamin is the executive director of the American Public Health Association. He says usually only about 40 to 45% of Americans get a flu shot.
And if we can get that into the 70% range, that would do a whole lot.
Just this week, parents in Massachusetts protested against mandatory flu shots for students. It's one example of the challenges health officials face this year as they combat the flu and COVID-19.
So having really 2 big epidemics that have similar symptoms, as well as the way it would tax the health system, would be a real problem.
And to avoid that worst case scenario, doctors are pleading with everyone who can to get a flu shot.
There's a big national effort to educate people about getting the influenza shot.
TV and internet ads like this are part of that education effort. The CDC also gave out $140 million to help states with their vaccine campaigns and recommends everyone keep up with masks, hand washing, and social distancing.
Plus, get your shot.
The CDC also purchased almost 10 million doses of flu vaccine for uninsured adults, an increase from the 500,000 doses it usually buys for that group.
In Washington, Trevor Shirley, KCAU 9 News.
And as the international race for a COVID-19 vaccine continues, the Russian Direct Investment Fund, also known as the RDIF, now says clinical trial results from Russia's so-called Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccine confirms the high safety and efficacy of that vaccine. Results from the trials were published in the medical journal The Lancet on Friday, claiming to show immune responses generated in dozens of subjects. Almost in response, Moscow's mayor announcing today that mass vaccine trials will begin next week, with more than 5,000 volunteers, they say, already registered. The South Dakota State Fair is a tradition for many, and it continues tonight in Huron. Vendors are just as happy as loyal fairgoers that this year's yearly festivities were not canceled, despite the threat of COVID-19. It has been a tough year for vendors, of course, who rely on fair season just to stay afloat. But this year, the State Fair is one of 2 events that some vendors have been to. The United States Postal Service has stopped dismantling mail processing machines tonight and is instead selling unusable machines to anyone who wants them. Why some postal workers are concerned now about this decision coming up.
And it looks like a hot and sunny weekend ahead. We'll cool down on Monday, a big cool down actually, and rainy and windy weather to follow. Details on all of that after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and meteorologist Marcus Beasley. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
It was a beautiful day to be outside, dry heat, and we saw sun across most of Siouxland.
Yeah, another sunny day. It's what we had all week.
We're getting spoiled.
We are, and it does look like we're going to have a hot, sunny weekend ahead. So if you have plans outdoors this weekend, if you don't mind the heat, you're going to really love the weather. Next week, a really big cool down in the forecast. So if you're looking for some more fall time temperatures, they're in store for next week. The view outside from the KCAU 9 studio brought to you by the Port Neal Welding Company, showing that we are seeing those blue skies once again out there today. Temperatures currently in the 80s, 86 in Sioux City right now, 84 in Lamar's, 86 in Wayne. Yankton currently at 83 degrees. We're seeing 86 in Spencer, 85 in Cherokee, and several 84s out there. Storm Lake, Carroll, Denison, and Audubon right now at 84 degrees. So we are still seeing temperatures on the warmer side, especially compared to Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday. And it looks like temperatures will continue to heat up as we head into the weekend. Now, as far as the 24-hour temperature change, this time currently compared to this time yesterday, 79 degrees Monday night and into Tuesday, we're going to see a chance of showers, 30% Monday night. Tuesday, a 70% chance of rain with a high of only 61 degrees. That's a very powerful front there. It looks like we'll warm up a little bit by the end of the week, 72 by Friday, but still some very, very cool air, especially compared to what we're going to see this weekend. That'll be moving in next week.
I was going to say, normally we wouldn't call 72 cool by any means. It's a beautiful, perfect, comfortable temperature, but 96 will make that feel cold.
It'll be much cooler next week for sure.
Thanks so much, Marcus. Well, with the nice weather today, dozens of Siouxlanders turned out for that final Food Truck Fridays at the Pearl Street Park. Despite the food truck's late start this season, there was no shortage of people enjoying the eats. You could hear how food trucks got a creative start this season in our full story on our website right now. That's SiouxlandProud.com. And a 5-year-old girl is a hero tonight. Well, a hero at least to a swan. How she helped rescue this lucky bird that found itself in a sticky situation coming up. The United States Postal Service has stopped dismantling old unusable mail processing machines, and instead they're up for sale online. But why that's leaving some postal workers concerned? Next. The United States Postal Service has stopped dismantling its mail processing machines, but that doesn't mean the ones already broken down will be replaced. It looks like USPS won't be getting its old machines back either because they're being sold online. Phil Hirschkorn reports.
This is the mail processing facility in Scarborough, where 2 giant mail sorting machines have been dismantled. Postal workers now see old but usable equipment for sale. Today, 3 of the facility's old joggers, which set up mail for sorting, were offered for sale online.
We could use them as backups to the machinery that we have.
Tim Dowdy was part of the postal worker team ordered to dismantle the Scarborough machines.
We're just asking the Postmaster General to let us have the tools to do our job. And to see them selling the equipment that we need online to to anybody that wants it, who I presume would be our competitors, is troubling.
GovDeals.com recently sold from Portsmouth a delivery barcode sorter, which puts letters in the order carriers walk their route for $106. And from Manchester, a flat sorter machine, which organizes oversized letters and magazines, sold for $2,100. Another from Boston for $4,500.
And I would believe it would cost upward of $1 million to replace it if we needed one here. I mean, why the service doesn't hang on to these machines, tarp them, mothball them, whatever.
Local Postal Worker Union President Scott Adams says the Scarborough facility still has a delivery barcode sorter like the one Boston gave up.
If that machine were to break down, there's no plan B.
Now, the postal workers want to keep the old machines for when parts do break down or when mail volume picks back up again. We'll keep you posted. Well, she's only in kindergarten, but this young girl is already a hero tonight after spotting a swan trapped in a storm drain. How her efforts helped save this bird's life. Next. A 5-year-old girl in New York is being hailed a hero tonight. She noticed a swan trapped in a storm drain and ended up helping save that bird's life. Josh Einiger has the story.
They train to respond to active shooters and terror incidents. They talk people off ledges and rescue them from wrecked cars.
Yeah, seriously.
But yesterday, these Nassau County police officers put all that equipment and training to use to save a really angry swan.
Kids, you see something unusual, like an animal distress, anything, tell your parents, let an adult know, and that way, we can call us and we can handle the situation.
5-year-old Olivia is the real hero here.
I feel good.
She went for a walk with her grandmother and spotted the swan stuck in a storm grate in front of her house. They used Siri to text her dad.
Daddy, there's an emergency. There's a swan in the drain.
He called the cops. They called emergency service and animal control.
The swan was definitely in distress. There was no way for that swan to get out on its own.
All right, buddy, you're coming.
In the end, Nassau's finest got it out with a little help from a big guy with a net. And all agree that swan never would have survived had it not been for Olivia.
Great job.
She says she wants to take care of animals when she grows up. Mission accomplished.
It's just amazing with everything that's going on right now and the stress that all the children and the parents are under, that this little girl and a swan could just bring a smile to everybody's face for a little while. It's a good feeling.
Taking a live look outside now, Marcus with another check on our forecast into the weekend coming up next.
It's going to be another cool one tonight. 51 degrees for your overnight low with clear skies. Winds will be light. Tomorrow, another hot day. 91 degrees in Sioux City with sunshine. Hot on Sunday. A big cool down for Monday, though.
Final taste of summer this weekend. Thanks, Marcus, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here at 6. Until then, have a great night.